Whoa! Welcome back to Geek Show Help Desk. Or
hey guys, it feels good to be back.
welcome
Back
to if it's your first time.
Yeah.
That's right.
I hope it's your first time.
Welcome,
because
welcome.
You're going to get an OG recording here.
Yeah.
OG.
Yep.
This is
All right,
just
then.
like the first two episodes of the Gadget
First
Spot.
2 episodes
Yeah.
before we realized we needed one more person to make fun of.
Because Lando doesn't know
to-
how to tether his phone, and James doesn't know how to answer Slack. So
Oh, my
Here we are.
internet's out. There's nothing I can do about it.
Oh,
Go to
wait a
McDonald's.
minute. Dude,
All
Tony
right.
Stark
Dude.
built this cave. Sorry.
With a
Right
box of scraps.
Yeah.
This is the Geek Show Help Desk, where we talk about tech gadgets and science-related things. Mostly, we just make fun of each other, especially if some of us don't make it to the recording. They
If
get
you don't
extra
make it.
helpings.
Yeah,
Extra-
what
if
happened
you-
last week? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Jaren.
Oh, boy.
I don't want to know. Yes, I
You should
do.
go
Probably
you should
best.
go listen to
It's
it.
probably best.
Yeah.
You should definitely listen to it.
It's
He's
probably
100%
Jaren.
right.
It's probably Jaren.best if you don't listen.
Hey, I see what he did there.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, he's full of puns. He's Owen.
Hey, I'm here again. I'm always here, aren't I? Am I the least missy person on the podcast?
It's probably a toss-up between you and me.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Hey,
I'm
hey,
here.
hey. No, Owen missed that one time, when he almost died or whatever.
Yeah. So that's
That was totally not cool.
And I was
man.
trying to get my wife to bring the laptop in so I could do it from the hospital, but she wouldn't let me.
and you know
So
what?
you missed. Come
he
on.
still missed less than you, Jaren.
Hey, I had to go out of town. I didn't want to do that.
To Italy?
No.
Oh,
Jersey
okay.
City.
Okay, because that was another time.
Oh yeah,
Different
that one was on purpose.
All right, he's sad about missing things. He's got the FOMO. He's Jaren.
Hi, I'm Jaren. You can find me on Blue Sky at Jeronius or Jaren.best, whatever. I don't care. If you go to Jaren.best in your web browser, it will point to my Blue Sky profile. How
That
cool
is
is
neat.
that?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you put a redirect on that?
No,
Or
it does it
did it?
automatically.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
For people that like impulse buy
Yep.
domain names.
And I'm
They're
pretty
like,
sure I'm going to have
"Ooh."
that domain until I die because I don't know how to cancel it.
Auto renewal,
It
baby.
was on some random Blue Sky website that I don't webpage I don't think exists anymore, and
So who's inheriting your payments then?
I don't know. All right, and we got a host. His name is Rusty Shackelford.
My name is Rusty Shackelford. Hey, it's Quad T. Check me out on Blue Sky at Quad T, if you can believe that, or on other Geek Show podcasts. All right, let's first of all, the best part of the show, emails. Do we have any emails?
No, we don't.
No, best part of the show. All right. So much for
Sorry.
that.
You really hyped that up too.
We're man down and no emails.
What a
Oh,
disappointment.
man. Just turn off the show at this point. Forget about it.
That's what Lando would say.
I think he's already said that.
Yeah.
Jerk.
All right. Let's talk about, first of all, I know this is probably the least important story to most people, but I feel like it's one of the most important stories, and I think Jaren agrees. Maybe Owen, but probably not. HDMI 2.2 specs have been finalized.
Oh, good. It's another
boy.
cable. Probably just like HDMI 2.1.
See,
No,
I knew it.
no, it's
I knew
twice
it.
as fast, Owen. Do you
Twice
even know
as
what you're
fast.
talking about?
Yeah, I do. You plug that into the back, and then your GPU puts the things on the screen.
Oh, you're all about plugging things into the back, aren't you?
Yeah, so I've got
Get
this-
outta here, man.
I've got this AOS 480p lap screen,
What?
and I plug in
AOS.
my. I plug in my.
740p?
It's 480p. It's 480i that I plug my gaming computer into, and I use
Crispest
a
of pictures.
VGA to DisplayPort converter, but then I convert that again to HDMI so I can get it over to my computer.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense.
I probably triggered at least 2 or 3 people just there.
I know Jaren for sure. Look
Yeah.
at his face.
2.2. Go ahead, Jaren. 8K. 20K.
Yep. Yep. It was announced at CES, but it's been finalized now. Basically, you get 96 gigabits per second of bandwidth. HDMI 2.1 is 48, so it's twice the amount. That's keeping up with DisplayPort 2.1, which is 80. But I mean, Honestly, at this point, I think it's starting to be diminishing returns.
Well, yeah, once you hit 80 gigabits per second, because then you can do 4K 240 uncompressed, 240 hertz uncompressed. So, I mean,
And if it's compressed and you can't really tell the difference, then you're getting like 480.
yeah,
Yeah, it's nuts.
the displays need to catch up more to
Right.
make it matter.
It's to the point where I don't think we need another spec.
This is,
Well, consumers don't. Like, it'd be
well,
awesome if like movie theaters got 8K screens or 12K, 16K screens eventually because they're so huge, you know. But for us mere mortals, and have 4K is quite good enough with pixel density, just because your eyes can't detect pixels anymore. And refresh rate, the faster it is, the less your eyes will be able to detect that too. So like 240,
Till we get those smart
it's awesome.
contacts.
It's awesome, and
No,
I can tell the difference between 240 and 120, but not nearly as much between 120 and 60.
I'm
And
still
not
at the
nearly as
telling
much
it-
between 60 and 30.
Yeah, so I'm still at I can tell between 90 and 120. That's where I'm at. That's
Yeah,
feel
that's
where
like a
most people
really
are at.
good,
Yeah.
smooth experience.
Like
90 to
I
120.
can tell the difference between the two. 90's still okay. 120, I'm like, this is better somehow.
I think.
Oh, that's why.
And this is just my opinion. We're getting deep into arcade territory, but that's all right. I think anything after 120 is more about pixel response time than it is the perception of a smooth experience, like visually. There's definitely a difference between 120 and 240, but like you said, you get diminishing returns on how much of a difference you can tell. And then when you go even higher than that, what you're doing there, I don't, like I said, maybe my eyes are old, but you're so deep into diminishing returns from a visual standpoint, but from like an esports standpoint, clicking the mouse and having it hit exactly where you're clicking at the exact time you clicked, that can make a difference for the really good players. But
Does the
for your
refresh rate
latency.
does the refresh rate as a layperson here mostly does the refresh rate help with bigger screens then? Or is that
What do you
like-
mean help with bigger
No.
screens?
like smoother at far distances or anything? I know that's also pixel density, but like does it help with that refresh
It's
rate?
about this. I think that's more of the same, no matter what size screen you're on. Helps everything. So yeah, one weird thing though is several articles I read say that a lot of the HDMI 2.2 stuff will actually start at 80 gigabits per second and not the full 96. Kind of like what LG did at first with
Oh, yeah,
their
with
C10s, 40 gigabits instead of 48 gigabits. But either way, you're still plenty of bandwidth, 80 or 96. So interesting stuff there. All right. Hey, you know what? We haven't complained about our commander in chief in a couple episodes, so let's do that right now. Get ready. Get ready. Okay, technically this isn't him; it's his son. But I know of one son of a president that got severely harped on for, what was it called? Using his last name to gain notoriety and sell things or whatever. Hey, here you go, Donald Trump Jr. and I guess his dad, according to this, mostly Jr. though, launching a cellular brand, Trump Mobile.
Is this
Mobile,
an
baby.
AK? Is this a gold-plated AK-47?
No, and it's not shoes. Which,
Oh.
how funny would it be if Trump got behind AK-47s as like his gun of choice?
Like I'm just
Those
saying,
are Russian.
Yeah, I'm just saying that would be hilarious. Oh, the irony, num. But like you know how like back in the late '90s, early 2000s, like over the Arab Emirates and stuff, like that was the thing to do, was to get like a gold-plated or whatever AK-47 or pistol or Desert Eagle or whatever. This feels like that.
Yeah, except it's a phone.
Yeah,
But
it's
it
a
is
phone,
gold.
but it's gold.
It's gold. I want to say it's gold colored. I should correct
I
myself.
guarantee. If you want the gold one, you're gonna have to buy his meme coin.
Yeah.
To,
That's the only way you can buy minutes is
Yeah.
using Trump coin.
yeah,
Not so. But it is It's basically one of those secondhand carriers that buys bandwidth and spectrum from AT&T or Verizon or T-Mobile, the big three. And they're launching this plan that is where'd it go? $47.45 per month.
Is that because the 47th president?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and 45th.
And 45th.
Yep.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
And that gets you unlimited talk and text and
They could have switched
unlimited
that.
data before the first 20 gigs, and then it's throttled after that, after 20 gigs.
For $3, they could have made themselves look better. 45, 47, and had it sequentially
Well,
accurate.
think
from
about
left to
this.
right.
Other carriers like Mint Mobile and Boost, you can get the same plans for $20, $25
for sure.
a month.
It's not a good
sure.
deal.
It's not a good deal at all. And they're claiming that their phone, their $500 cell phone that they're rolling out with it,
This
will
one's
be
all sorts of sketchy.
100% made in the USA.
Definitely
No
not.
way.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
There's no way. First of all,
100%. 100% used in the US of A. Let me just tell you, that's where it'll be at.
100% imported into the US of A.
It'll be at Mar-a-Lago. There'll be 3 of them.
There's
That's
nobody. There's no phone manufacturers in the U.S. I don't think that could put a phone together,
100%.
especially not for $500
Made in the
because
USA.
labor and everything is more expensive here. So, yeah. They also have just like these weird misprints on their webpage.
Yeah.
50 megapixel. So not yet. I'll read the specs though. It's supposed to sport 6.8 inch AMOLED screen, 120 hertz. 3 cameras on the back with a 50 megapixel main camera and a 2 megapixel depth sensor and a macro cameras. So I mean, like, it's a fingerprint sensor and AI face unlock, and this is the best, 5,000 milliamp hour long life camera.
Oh, I want a long life camera.
I love
Longer
those.
the better.
I love those ones.
Those 5,000 milliamp hour cameras.
Yes.
So
That's
anyway,
a battery size.
yeah, that's a
by the way,
battery
people.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I just saw that and I was like, you got to be freaking kidding me! Like, come on now, wake up, America!
Yeah.
In the words of several right-wing talk show hosts, come on, wake up, America! Figure it out.
This is a piece of work, and it's just shameless.
This is the
It's
leader.
just
This is the
shameless.
leader of the country's family
Yeah.
preying upon
His
the-
supporters, his own supporters.
his supporters.
Nobody. If there's not a single person outside of his supporters, and I'm
would
not going
buy
to say
this.
blue or red or whatever, just his supporters,
Right.
that would buy this.
Yeah, no way.
So it's just preying on the people that helped you. It's like the pieces of his suit. It's like the mug shot with his mug with his mug
His
shot.
T-shirt,
Like
T-shirt with the mugshot.
Yeah,
the
like-
sneakers.
Yeah,
Trump watch, Trump steaks,
Trump University. Like it's all
I
just
mean,
it's all just
he's-
taking money from the people who
It is.
actually give him money.
He's been a shyster for so long.
It's
that
so
it's
crazy.
Just expected of him now.
Please don't buy this. Not because of anything political, just because it's a bad deal.
Exactly. Just because it's
just
a bad deal.
You spend your $500 on anything else, and you'll get more for your money.
Go buy a Switch 2 for $500.
Yeah, seriously.
There's where you should throw your money.
You for $500, you can get a better cell phone than that.
Oh yeah,
Like one of the anyway.
like a legitimate one.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. Trump Mobile.
Good.
Let's talk about, oh man, anytime you get a mix Geek Show Help Desk and Spider-Man, that's I'm here for that.
So
You just kill all the momentum every
It-
time.
I said,
He's-
What more do you
he's-
want from me?
He's deep into troubleshooting his power wake over or wake on
So-
LAN.
When we recorded on Saturday, there was a delay for Rebecca. And so it got for the first like half of the show. And so we'd say things and then there'd be like,
Chirp.
and
Sure.
then she would answer or whatever. And that's what that felt like, Jaron, except you don't have the excuse of a delay.
Maybe
I,
it does.
I have an internet outage like Lando.
Maybe it's a
I
process.
sent you a screenshot.
Maybe it's a processing
video.
delay. Maybe it's like a brontosaurus processing delay. It's got to hit Couple
Anyway,
First of all, the screenshot you,
guys-
sent was for Spectrum. You have CenturyLink.
they're similar.
steps. They're not. They both provide internet.
Yeah,
And then I posted a video proving it.
that's true. You did.
Yeah, I did. Anyway, Doc Ock would be proud. Scientists are getting closer to being able to regrow human limbs.
Oh, you dingus. It's the lizard, Doc Connors. He's the one that regrows the limbs. Dr.
Oh, yeah,
Octopus
that's-
has
yeah.
the mechanical arms.
It was a test, Tony, and you got it.
Wow. And you call yourself a Spider-Man fan.
You know
No.
what? You know what? I'm gonna
I
use
called
that, Jared.
myself a Spider-Man
Oh,
fan.
let's
Exactly.
rebel.
Past tense.
Oh, Lando's not even here to enjoy this.
Oh, my God.
We're gonna.
Wow.
You know what? It happens so rarely that
So,
Jared
Doc Ock
does this.
Famously trying to
Dr.
regrow
Connors,
his limbs.
you idiot.
He put things on his back. More limbs. More limbs.
Oh, I'm just gonna
Anyway.
enjoy this for a minute. Just
Dr. Octopus, who famously regrows
gosh.
limbs and
Cheesy
holds the
Pete's.
power of the sun in his hands.
Now that part, yes, he did say that in maybe the second or third best Spider-Man movie of all time,
that was pretty good.
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I could take it or leave it.
What?
Anyway,
Oh man, it's so good.
I told you I called myself a Spider-Man fan.
Yeah, you've proven it right now too.
Anyway, the axolotl, the cute little lizard, is giving its secrets unwillingly to us.
Lizard, it's an amphibian.
Oh, are you just going to correct me this entire time?
Well, if you keep saying incorrect dumb things.
Yeah, man, we got to do retractions. Look how much post-editing work you're giving Tony. Just got to put things in there. Actually,
I'm not taking it out.
It's a
We just leave that in.
salamander.
It's
Which
an
is an
amphibian. Amphibian, my guy.
It looks like a lizard, you jerk.
It's a water
It
lizard,
has
also
four
known
legs
as an
and a
amphibian.
tail.
Have
You know what else
never-
has 4 legs and a tail? A horse. Is that
dog.
a lizard?
You know
Is
what?
a dog? Let's
I
just
will
call everything
concede.
lizard for simplicity.
I'm not
going
gonna.
forward.
I'm not gonna keep digging the hole like Owen does. It's a lizard. No, I did. Amphibian.
You just said lizard again.
I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. I'm
Feels
out of
good.
practice. I've been gone
Is this how
for
you
2
guys?
weeks.
Is this how you guys
I'm
always feel?
flustered. Oh gosh.
Yeah, Owen, drink it in.
Yeah,
You're
feels
not
good.
You're not the one on the other end of it. Drink
Feels
it
good.
in.
Give me a minute, I might be. But
All right.
All right. Continue about the axolotl, which is
Doc
a
Ock and
salamander.
lizards. No wonder I got Doc Ock mixed up because it's not a lizard. My
Nope.
subconscious knew the truth the entire time.
I'm not buying that.
Dr. Connors is a lizard, though, so you could have got that right.
No, he's a man lizard.
It's a lizard man.
Lizard man.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the axolotl amphibian, nailed it,
Nailed it.
is giving its secrets of regrowing limbs. And
Give
it
us
all
your
has
secrets.
all has to do with retinoic acid and the gradient between like the limb. So there'll be less retinoic acid as the limb goes on, and that somehow signals to its body that, hey, you can regrow a limb right here. So they cut off its finger or hand or something and put more of the retinoic acid there, and it started growing another arm out of its hand.
Oh, that's
I
weird
feel
and
like
gross.
as teenage me would have made tiny little pokes all over his back
look at all
and
the
had
arms.
like a
Imagine how
50-legged
easy it would be to scratch your back with that, though.
dude.
That's
or
like
other things, you know?
Oh, you could have a bunch of
Like your butt?
strangers.
Oh, Tony!
scratching your butt.
You could have
No.
like 5 or
You can
6
reach that
strangers.
easy.
Oh. I would have a prehensile tail coming out of my butt, but the hand.
It's almost like I can't remember what they're called in Fallout. The giant axolotl salamander.
yeah, that
things
have
with
hands for
that
tongues.
have hands and fingers in their mouth sticking out
Ugh.
of the roof
Oh,
of their
yeah, I
mouth.
remember that thing.
Probably where this came from.
I've watched
It's a
enough
rip-off.
Fallout to recognize that.
Great show.
So anyway, of course, there's more research to be done. They say in theory the human body has the right molecules and cells to regrow limbs, but our cells respond to the signals very differently, instead forming collagen-based scars at injury sites. That's not very helpful.
So I just
No.
need to dump some retinol on there. What's? Oh, sorry.
Rohypnol.
Yeah, we just gotta get some
Nope,
retinol.
it's not- that's
you
not
dump
it
it on
either.
there. Oh, maybe then you wouldn't remember that you didn't have.
It just doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah, a finger. Be like, what happened there?
Well, that is interesting. Hopefully some good stuff comes of that. I like it. All right, Owen. Is nothing sacred anymore?
Nothing sacred anymore. So, I am a millennial
That was a
of
bit
the
of a jarring
elder.
pause right there.
I was gearing up for this because I had to remember why I put that headline, and this is why. I'm a millennial of the elder, of maybe the
No, dude,
middling.
you're a boomer. Just embrace it.
I'm like the middling. I'm not quite the young millennials, but I'm
You're-
not an elder.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
I'm
for
the
sure.
zennial. I'm considered that zennial. Anyway, the unsubscribe button in your email was a law that got passed during the Wild West days of email, and it was formative. It was a game changer. They said you can't send spam emails in this great country of ours without providing an unsubscribe link. End of story. Well, now if you use the supplied unsubscribe link that emails are coming with, there is a higher than normal chance that it will say that it will either infect your system or take you to some risky website now
What?
instead of unsubscribing. So you
great.
click on the unsubscribe, and I'm built to trust that. I'm built that was a safe thing where I could go into my email once every 6 months and be like, oh, all this crap, and spend a couple hours clicking unsubscribe, marking as spam, and moving on. And now you can't do that anymore because the spam button or the unsubscribe button could lead to infections and dangerous places. And let me just tell you, it took 25 years to get the boomer population to trust even using email, and then let alone another 10 years to get them to use the unsubscribe button. And now they don't know what to do, but most email providers like Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, Outlook, all the good ones, AOL, if that's a good one still. Earthlink out there. There's like 2 of you left. Usually in the email header, you can choose, like they have a service in the system built in that
Salute.
derailed.
Oh, sorry,
the
I
whole
forgot to
thing.
mute myself.
Yeah, you did.
Ugh.
That's pretty much sums it up. Anyway, use your provider like Gmail, Outlook, whatever, and they usually have an unsubscribe feature up in the system itself.
I wonder if
And
it's actually. I'll bet it doesn't unsubscribe through the same channels.
No, it just sends
I'll
basically
I'll bet you
block.
it just blocks the email address.
It essentially says
your account.
if something comes from here, send it to spam.
Trash it,
I think
yeah.
it still delivers it, but it just automatically marks it as spam for you. But I am still programmed, and so I can't stop using the unsubscribe button, especially because a lot of times the unsubscribe button takes you out to that other page, where it says, "Hey, enter your email address," and like I have had suspicions that when I put my email address into that, I am unsubscribing from that because legally they still have to. But I'm also signing up for like 4 others. Like in the
Bastard.
fine print, they're like, when you unsubscribe from our service, you authorize us to subscribe you and sell your email address to.
Okay, you're getting out into
I know.
Owen territory.
Yeah.
Speculation.
Prove me right. Wrong. Whatever. Prove it.
No, I suddenly feel like Owen's a kindred spirit to me. I don't know why, but Owen, you keep going, man.
No.
Jaron
get it
just
right.
wants you to continue to say
I'm
wrong
not-
things so he doesn't feel.
Wrong things. Tony.
What?
These are not wrong things. And that was a little bit of conjecture on your part. If I must say so myself, and I must.
So I found later down there that it's approximately 1 in 64 clicks on unsubscribe takes you to potentially malicious websites. So it's-
644. Not
Sorry,
64.
that's
If
1 in
it's like a-
644.
Trusted company that you know of.
Yeah,
and the
I'm
email
not worried
actually
about
looks
that.
legit,
Right.
then
Yeah.
you're probably okay.
The biggest red flag, though, is if they have you put in your password to unsubscribe.
Anytime. Anytime you do
never-
that.
Nobody ever should ask you for a password to unsubscribe from anything. If they do, then they're just mining for your password.
Yep.
All right. Beware.
Swim back into calmer waters now,
Yep.
outside of the Owen territory.
All right. Speaking of malicious things, Tom's Hardware had this article the other day that talked about the largest recorded cyber assault on one website.
I read about this, but I didn't go into it. I'm excited for this.
So it is the largest DDoS attack in history. 37.4 terabytes of information slammed at one website in 45 seconds.
That is a Hulk level punch.
One victim IP address. Yeah.
Who was it?
Wow.
Almost four. They didn't say. Or at least if they didn't say, if they did say, I don't remember when I read it. But yeah, think of close to 40 terabytes of data in 45 seconds attacking one IP. So even if you've got, even if that IP's a VIP and goes out to several other servers for round robin usage, it would still overload.
Dude, this has got to be somebody that got pissed off in Call of Duty or something. You know, like this is crazy. That's a lot. 7.3 terabits per second of junk traffic.
Yeah, that is absolutely crazy.
Woo.
And I believe it said that Cloudflare was able to
blocked it.
mitigate it.
Yeah,
block it,
they're
That's
they're
amazing.
they're crowing here.
Yeah.
Cloudflare's crowing here.
which is, I mean, for good reason. That's impressive.
Yeah, I would like to have
That's
seen.
pretty
I would
great.
like to see how they were able to stand up if it had been multiple attack vectors coming in. But yeah, against one person,
Crazy stuff.
I want to know who it is now.
40
Who could
tera-
who could piss somebody off that bad?
Well, I mean, these days it might not even be that they're mad at someone. They just want to see what they can do if they
Yeah.
can do this.
Well, typically these
You know,
type of
just testing
botnets,
it
something that can throw this big of a punch, doesn't usually go unnoticed because of it has to be a botnet, right? Like it has to be a bunch of computers
Yeah, it's gonna be
acting as one, and so a lot of times these botnets are discovered and dismantled or taken over, and so it's interesting to see something that could deliver this big of a punch not have been discovered, and if it was just a test, you're kind of got to be like, well, what are they gonna hit then instead? And
Yeah.
if it wasn't a test, then they're like, who pissed them off? Is this Mar-a-Lago or is this SpaceX? Like, is this Texas space? What do they call his town there? Space Town,
Oh, I forget. Spaceport or something.
Spaceport, Looney Town. Anyway,
All right.
oh, I need to put that on here. Let's bring that up.
Whoa, you
Is that on
sounded
here?
a little bit like RFK Jr. right there.
Oh,
Let
me tell you something, we need it.
Marjorie.
I'll have to find it and put it on the notes. But I want to talk about the rapid unplanned disassembly.
Oh yeah. That was a big boom.
Yeah.
All right, Jaron, tell us. You got a story here that also has to do with disappointing customers. Apple did it again.
They have abused us, guys. And I don't like it. Today, I got a Apple Pay notification, which to date has only been for like real legit things. Like when you pay something, it'll, come up with a notification or whatever. Anyway, it was a freaking advertisement for their stupid F1 movie. $10 off of Fandango. Save on 2+ tickets to F1 the movie with
Oh.
Apple Pay 10.
You
Ends
are
June 29th.
you are a product. You are. Ooh.
Yeah. So
Is this the first time they've abused that?
For-
they've done
For
some weird
Apple
things
Wallet,
in the
it's
past.
the first time.
Yeah.
It's not the first time they've
They gave everyone U2 back in the day.
I
well
remember that.
gave or forced upon
Or it
us.
showed up in there.
You will like U2 whether you want it or not.
That's right.
He's the silhouette of the original iPod.
And apparently they sent notifications to promote carpool karaoke for Apple TV Plus, but I don't remember that one.
I don't remember
remember
that
getting
one.
that one.
I actually
anyway,
didn't get this one either. So
You
they must
didn't?
they must not think I'm rich like you.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or they think I'm richer than you. And I
You don't
a
need the
discount.
coupon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll never
'Cause
know.
Rich people don't care about. Well, no, they do.
They're like, he doesn't have any kids. He can afford it.
That's what it was.
So
They didn't send it out to any dinks.
like Apple,
Right.
are you the phone that doesn't have these annoying ads and privacy
anymore, they're not.
violations and
Not
What-
anymore.
What's going on here? I don't like it, and I want it to stop now, Tim Apple. Owen will be writing you shortly with an AI-generated email. Yeah, and you're going to hear us.
You're going to
Tim-
read it?
Tim Apple, I'm gonna send it probably before the Christmas cards.
Well, I don't know about that.
I can already feel it slipping away. I don't want to do that.
All right. In further evidence that we are headed towards idiocracy, copper thieves tried to steal copper from fiber optic cables. And
Look at them wires. There's got to be copper in there.
Yep, and took down Spectrum over in California.
That's why I had my internet outage,
Oh,
Tony.
right. Yeah, that's it right there. Los Angeles and Ventura counties, not known how many residents it actually affected, but they were digging around for copper and found cables and cut them open and yanked at them. Hey, that's just glass in there. That's not copper.
What? Earl, you said that was copper.
Yeah.
That is not copper.
So yeah, and the thing about that with fiber optic cables is they take extra time to resplice.
Yeah.
And
To do it right. To do it right.
Yeah, exactly. Spectrum reported that crews needed to make thousands of splices to restore the service all the way.
Are the cables undersea fiber optic? Because those have been cut
I
recently
think so.
too.
Yeah.
Do they just run? They're just like, you know what? Screw that. We're just going to run another cable, right?
I don't know, because that's pretty
'Cause-
far down there. It'd be hard to fix.
And they're expensive to run those.
Yeah,
hundreds of miles. So
I'm sure they have to have a way
they
to
send
fix
divers down there to go down there and fix a cut cable. I've seen people try and line up and patch fiber optic cables, and it's an art, really. Like,
Yeah,
even with the right tools, it's a really slow process because you have to do it fiber by fiber and
Yep.
line them up. Then they test the light. Does it refract? And then they fuse them back together. It's some poor network engineer or somebody is having a bad day.
Yeah, this was
couple
back
days.
on the 18th. So
Is
I'm
it
pretty
fixed
sure
now?
they're back up and running by now. But
Yeah. A lot of times they'll just bypass it and repatch it around the outage in the meantime.
maybe.
That's what they did for my office once.
Gotcha. But yeah, so if you're in LA, Ventura County, that's what happened there if you use Spectrum. Bunch of crackheads trying to steal copper from fiber cables. All right, speaking of crackheads, why would we want to ride a robot, Owen?
Oh, so this came out
Because
around
I did
April.
not think I would trust myself.
This came out
Trust
around
this
April
ribbit.
1st. And because of my past experiences, I'm super cagey about bringing anything to anywhere, especially with Jaren present around April.
Did you hear
but-
that Firefly is coming back?
Tony, it's always going to be too soon for that.
It's a
I
crap
once
show anyway.
Once upon a time, I had just finished watching that, and April Fool's came around, and somebody posted on Facebook, and I shared that to everywhere I could.
Guys, did you hear? Oh yeah!
I had a
guys!
friend who figured out I was not ironically posting it, reach out to me privately.
Oh, the private reach out.
The
That's-
private one,
dude,
he was like,
That's always the most
he's like-
embarrassing.
He's like, hey, it's for April. It's for April Fools. Anyway, do whatever. But
Yeah,
it's
you
for
know.
April Fools.
Anyway, I still think you're cool.
You do
Okay,
that
bye.
and do that. Ha 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 ha. I knew that. Oh, I put that in a lot of places. I didn't go. If you know me, I don't go halfway. Like when I really step on it, I fully lean into it. So I didn't bring this before, but I am now because it's been verified. The Corleo.
This
The
story's
core.
from April 19th.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, it was dangerously close. It was
April 19th.
dangerously close to April Fools.
Well-
So I had to wait.
You know what 19 starts with is 1. And so it
I
could
know.
have been April.
Like I said,
April Fools.
I've been side-eyeing this guy for a while. But Kawasaki has unveiled the forward-thinking Core Leo for the Osaka Expo 2025 in Japan. It's a 2050 concept model for a future model of transportation. The expo's theme is Designing Future Society for Our Lives. And it happened in April. It comes with some nifty design ideas, including independent legs. If you watch the video, you're running on a tiger here. This is ARC. This is everybody that's ever wanted to ride a robot animal. What's the one with the robot horse, Tony? It's like an old...
That would be Brave Star.
Brave Star. There's a few millennials out there.
He had robot legs.
Yeah.
I think it was a cyborg.
Yeah, still Brave Star, though.
but-
and if you know, you know. That was a fantastic cartoon. I will die on that hill.
Brave Star, 1987 and 1989.
Yeah. And it's got independent legs, a hydrogen engine, and steering through weight shifting. I don't see anything about smart contacts in here, so I'm going to reserve judgment, but like
I'm free fare.
Get it. I thought like a tinting contact.
By 2050, maybe they do have those.
Yeah, like so it tints in like sunglasses for contact. Anyway, while preserving the joy of riding, the vehicle continually monitors the rider's movements to achieve a reassuring sense of unity between human and machine. Kawasaki didn't immediately respond to requests for comment on its plans for Core Leo. So
I
for
feel
now,
like they were just thinking, how can we make transportation less convenient? We don't want any wheels.
yeah.
Well, I
For
guess
now,
we
Core
can-
Leo is just it's just a model capable of limited movement. So it was at the actual expo, but it was like a version of what's that Boston Dynamics dog that has had a lobotomy spot. So it's a lobotomized spot. It could do some. It could pretend to move around. But 2050, put that on your calendar. Full leggy rideable robots. So that's my. I brought it finally. I held off on this for a long time to make sure it was safe.
Make sure it
but
was real. Just a mere 25 years away.
Just a mere 25 years. I mean, I'll basically still be young then. So
Yeah, exactly. Okay, moving along to drones. I found a little article here the other day about DJI's new big beastly drone. It's called the Matricy 400, and
that's a big boy.
it is very large. It is not for consumer sale. It's commercial use only. 59-minute flight time
That's
And-
good for a huge drone.
and
right?
up to a 6-kilogram payload. Has advanced
How many is that
lidar
in freedom
and
units?
millimeter wave radar obstacle sensing system. But yeah, it's big and awesome and
13
can carry,
pounds.
Yeah, it
13
can carry
pounds.
13 pounds.
It could almost carry your cat,
Almost.
Simon.
Simon's 14 pounds. He's
Yeah.
almost there. But yeah, it's going to be used for things like, all the normal stuff for aerial viewing and whatnot. But also, it could take supplies to people that are in hard to reach areas.
Right.
It also has much stronger video transmission, so you can have further range.
Looks like it's got some FLIR on there on that camera, heat sensing.
Yep, that's one of the
Yeah.
payloads. So it's got these payloads that they've created for it. One of them's a loudspeaker, one's a high bright spotlight, one's a full frame sensor for photogrammetry, one is a frame based lidar for high precision mapping, and another one is a multi sensor for all weather day night imaging.
If they can't catch Bigfoot with this,
They'll
nothing,
never catch
nothing
'em.
will. Nothing
Yep.
will.
This is the kind of stuff the kind of drone that you would see pulled out by like search and rescue and stuff like that.
Or like fugitive response. They do
Yeah.
a lot of this for fugitive response, running through the woods and stuff.
Yep, they just send it up and turn on the heat sensor.
Yeah.
See where the
Yep.
person's at. running
So
through the
lesson
woods.
is light fires as you run.
There you go. Or be like Owen and just drop trow, poop.
Boom.
That'll
Dude.
leave you hot spot, and you can run off.
Predator method. You naked it up. You jump in the mud,
Cover yourself in mud. Yeah.
and then you get a knife and you stand really still, and you wait
Yep.
for the drone, or
I think it'll work.
mouse or food. I don't know. You could anyway. There's a lot of things you can wait for when
Plenty.
you're naked and muddy.
Plenty of things.
Yeah.
Now taking it to the next level, autonomous robotaxi is live.
Yeah, not much to say in this one. Robotaxi, it's Tesla's autonomous driving, is live in Austin. It's only live in certain parts of the city that are less dangerous for everyone involved.
More accepting. They're like,
And also only for certain times of day, so it's less dangerous.
Okay.
But
And
overall,
there's only 10.
yeah. So they're starting out extremely slowly, and I think it's because they just don't have the hardware on there, like on Waymo,
Yeah.
which makes it better. Seems to have gone okay. There were a few hiccups, like it drove on the wrong side of the road for a little bit. Not
That's a
desirable.
problem.
Yeah, but overall it seemed to go okay. But only Tesla's Uber fans were invited to do it.
Well, yeah. You only gonna want the people that are gonna talk high praise for your service if it's brand new like that.
Didn't Mark Rober do a test on these? Are they that the Tesla's auto stopping and stuff was super flawed?
Yeah, he did a test. It's a very interesting video. He basically showed the difference between LiDAR-based autonomous driving
And AI visual, right?
AI visual, camera-based autonomous driving. And the one that's
Tesla
just based on the
failed.
camera ran right into the wall that was painted to look like a tunnel.
Yeah. Like Wile E. Coyote style. It was
Yeah.
just like meow, meow. Yep.
Yeah, I don't mean to say this to defend them, but I mean it is always being updated. So hopefully newer updates would
Yeah.
not be as bad. I don't know.
I would think so.
Are
Plus,
they just
I mean,
does Tesla still use the camera based AI and not LiDAR?
they stopped
Yeah.
doing LiDAR years ago.
Okay, yeah.
Took
So
that equipment out 'cause it was too expensive.
because
expensive for them.
and unsightly, right? Like
I
they
will
don't-
say, like Jaron, I don't say this to defend, but if you paint a picture nice enough on a wall that looks real enough, a regular person would run right into it.
I might run
too.
into it. But
know?
if we're going to be trusting, I mean, I would say
True. Like
I would
no
say
one does
5
that on roads.
Exactly.
I would say that at 5 oh yeah, for sure. I would say 5 out of 10 people would run into it, but with the cars, 10 out of 10 will run into it. So it's a higher probability because all
Yeah.
the cars are built the same, right?
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Statistics that Owen just made up.
Boom, dude.
Pulls them
Tell
right
me
out
that
of
math.
nowhere.
Tell me that math doesn't make sense. Though.
I would say, based
It's-
on my research in my head, 5 out of 10 people would run into this.
It's a guesstimation, but yeah. Like I've been on the road. Have you driven an I-15? It might even be more. 7 out of 10.
I was gonna say higher. I would think it'd
Yeah.
be higher if it's a very good picture that looks just like a tunnel or whatever, a road.
I mean, I've seen people run into people doing nothing, and it's
5 out of 10
Does-
times he's
5 out of 10. It works. They
right,
run into it
10
every
out
time.
of 10 times.
Anyway, it was an analogy. It was statistics with an analogical flair.
You mean an asterisk?
No, analogical, analogistic, Anyway, you get it.
I get it.
I
Yeah.
think you do. I think
Yeah,
you do.
yeah,
There's dozens of us nodding our heads right now.
Sure. Well, let's keep going with old Muskie's companies here, and let's talk about SpaceX.
Oh man, I was randomly watching. Not randomly. I'm always on TikTok because what else am I going to do when I sing my kids to sleep? I watched, and so I was up pretty close to the rapid unplanned disassembly of Starship 36, and boy was it a big one.
It was really big.
So, actually, some of the mainstream news satire news, like the Daily Show, have picked it up because the best part is that the main video that caught it was these two guys talking, and they were, Starship 36 was doing its testing, its
test
pressure,
burn.
just
Yeah.
a test burn, static burn, whatever, check vibration, check the pad, whatever. And so they were just kind of commentary like, oh yeah, and they were just talking space talk with the ship in the background. And then kaboom, it blows up. Then the silos next to it just erupt. Then this humongous fireball, bigger than I think we've seen in any of the other explosions, because
Absolutely huge.
goes up in the sky. And the commentators, I think, are my favorite part. Like the guys doing the YouTube live or whatever they were doing, because they're like, whoa, whoa, oh my gosh, holy cow. And one of them very calmly goes, well, I think that this is probably going to delay the launch.
You don't
As there's
say.
no rocket for
yeah,
the launch
yeah,
now.
like I couldn't tell. I know he was also being funny and whatever, but he also said it in a voice that was like almost like a newscaster trying to like get back on track, you know,
Yeah.
trying to say something factual, but it's like, duh. So he was like, this is going to probably push back the dates of their launch. Like he wasn't even being as sarcastic as he could have been. And not that I like Elon Musk anymore or whatever, but his response was pretty funny, which was just a scratch.
Just
That was
tis
his,
but a scratch.
yeah, tis but a scratch. That's what he posted on X or whatever. Was
Well, I think we've learned time and time again that terrible people can still be funny.
I know.
They can
I
be
hate-
terrible people and
It makes
still
me
make
feel
funny
terrible.
comments.
It makes me feel terrible for laughing though. 'Cause I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't want to laugh at you, but that was pretty funny.
I don't want to laugh and support your comment.
Yeah. Stop. Anyway, I have things, but
Yeah,
anyway,
check
so yeah,
out-
it was a rud. It was an epic rud.
Check out the video for that if you haven't
Yeah.
already.
It's good. It's good. It's on the
Crazy.
show notes.
Let's see. NFC. NFC is one of those technologies that really flies under the radar until you learn what it is, and then you're like, this is awesome. And then all of a sudden you can't live without it.
Yeah, NFC is the stuff that enables like digital wallets like Apple
Yeah.
Pay, Google Wallet, as well as tapping your phone to a device and it giving you information on something, whatever.
Super convenient.
And NFC to date has connections of half a centimeter to 2 centimeters. So you don't necessarily have to tap it. You can be about half a centimeter to 2 centimeters away. No, it starts at half centimeter, but the new NFC goes to 2 centimeters. So it extends the range by 4x. So you don't have to be as close, because if you have ever paid with your phone,
You touching it to
Have
the
to lay it on it, basically.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you get close, but it connects right before you touch it, usually.
Yeah, right before.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this will just extend it by 1.5 centimeters, so you don't have to be as close. That's it.
It's fast. The NFC is fast. NFC is also dangerous because it's been around for a while, and it was before its time, at least on Android, when people wanted something like that, but also they didn't have it quite secure. And so if you had NFC enabled, there were some pretty hilarious around 2014 and stuff, the Black Hat convention that's in Vegas. There was some pretty hilarious wall of shame people that walked in there because Android would enable NFC by default, and they would brush your pocket and connect to your phone. And
Jeez.
yeah, so NFC is one of those things. It's kind of like having an RFID chip, like your Access card. You
And
could
this would make that easier.
It makes it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it makes it farther away. So I'm like,
Yeah.
at
Longer
the same time,
range.
it's at the same time, no, you don't have to put your phone onto some dirty kiosk, but at the same time, people collecting NFC and attacking that as a vector, they're probably like, oh, nice. Especially if they do a signal booster on their device so that the range
Yeah.
is farther, because typically the kiosk that you're doing also has a very low power wattage, so you have to be close for the connection. What hackers will do is boost that antenna on their device so that it picks up from farther away.
There you go.
Anyway, there you go.
All right.
Be scared.
And,
Be scared.
and last but not least, we got some a story about diabetes.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's been cured essentially with an
Diabetes?
asterisk. Yes, type 1 diabetes are cured in a small trial of a new drug.
Whoa.
It's a single infusion of a stem cell based treatment, and it's cured 10 out of 12 people with the most severe form of type 1 diabetes.
Wow.
And 1 year later, these 10 patients no longer need insulin. The other 2 patients need much lower doses. So right now it's experimental. It's still getting approved and stuff. It's called Zimislecel.
That is quite the name.
Zimislecel. I can't say it.
That's all the first initials of all the doctors
That's
that
what
work on
I
it.
was thinking. Last initials.
It's
Yeah.
the Slimzifer from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Ah.
Flimsmifer.
So the patients in the study, they began to need less insulin within a few months of being infused with these stem cells. And most stopped needing the hormone altogether after 6 months of treatment.
Oh,
so
cool.
this is extremely cool.
This is
The-
really cool. I'm super stoked. I've got a type 1D of the severest form in my family, so
The
my son.
only caveat to that is you need immunosuppressant drugs for the rest of your life.
Until they can figure out why, because type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune, right? Your body's
Yeah. So it's
attack the cells that produce insulin.
your body would attack the new cells that are being introduced to your body. you
Celiac
need
is the
to-
same way?
No.
No, is it it's not an autoimmune?
No, it is. It is.
Okay.
But
Rogue body parts.
it attacks my body if there's gluten for some reason. It's like, oh, we don't like the
Kill it.
gluten. Let's attack the person eating the gluten instead.
He
Attack it at the source. The guy with the mouth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Would that our bodies could do that for everything. He's eating that cheeseburger. Hurt him, right? Like,
Exactly.
like a shake? I don't think so.
Your hand
So
just goes limp as you try to
Yeah.
pick up the shake. Dang it.
Owen, with your experience, would you rather be cured of type 1 diabetes and take immunosuppressant drugs for the rest of your life, which could cause other problems down the line, or just stick
So
with the insulin?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea because I think if you could actually do your own stem cells so that your body doesn't react, they're getting close. I was reading a medical study where they're getting close to being able to get the body to reset those. Your body basically gets a list, right? When it attacks a virus, it encodes that and says, this is an enemy. Never, like, don't serve this person, right? Like, don't accept checks from this guy. And so I was reading a medical study where they're getting close to figuring out how to modify that or remove it. I don't know why anybody would want to remove it because then you'd lose all your immunity.
Yeah.
But
start
maybe
fresh.
a shock of some kind like to the system that would change it. And if they can figure out that piece and get and then you use your own stem cells to get it to grow back so it doesn't identify as foreign, like a heart transplant and stuff like that, then I'm all for it. But as far as keeping type 1D or curing and having to take immune, I would probably just keep type 1D right now because the technology with pumps and closed loop systems, like
Yeah.
artificial pancreases basically, is getting real close to making it just completely auto managed where it just checks your blood and then gives you a dose just like your insulin would.
Just got to put a new cartridge in like once a week or something.
Yeah, and the biggest issue so far is that synthesized insulin, which is what we all use today, is just a little bit slower acting than normal human insulin. And so you're looking at a reaction time of 15 to 30 minutes for insulin, whereas when your body releases true human insulin, it's like 3 or 4 minutes. You'll start to. That's why when your blood sugar, like I'm hungry, like you can crash and rise so quickly because it can make those micro adjustments right there on the fly. So a couple things going on there, but I'd probably stay with it just because having to take autoimmune suppressant, yeah, you don't have to do all the blood sugar stuff, but you're susceptible to every virus out there. Your colds, flu,
More susceptible, yeah.
yeah, more susceptible. Like you'd have to wear a mask everywhere. You'd have to be cognizant about all social events, no thanks. So, or
Yeah,
other
that's
trade
rough.
immune system. Would you do it, Jaron? Would you take immune suppressants and not have celiac? Maybe if you
No,
could do
I
it
don't
just
think
for
I
like
would.
maybe like for a month, just so you could try some of the craziest food that you've never been able to have.
No, because that'd make it worse. Then I'd
Oh,
want it
you know what?
more.
Yeah.
Dang, that's true. That's really true. Yeah,
Yeah.
like freaking fish and chips, right? You got to go back to
That
that.
wasn't
place.
one of them. It was okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad that you didn't think it was spectacular because it wasn't very good.
It
As
wasn't
far as real
very
fish,
good.
as far as real fish, I didn't have the courage to
I
say it
didn't-
though because you were
I
having a really
didn't-
good time.
It was good for gluten free. That's
I
what I'm
love
gonna
trying
say.
new things.
It was-
So
And it was really cool that guy had a whole gluten free menu
Yeah.
of
Cool,
everything.
cool little restaurant, but
Yeah.
it was not real fish and chips.
Not
Real fish
battered.
and chips are just
Beer
a-
battered cod.
orders of
Oh.
magnitude better than that.
Yep.
So
But you
Anyway.
you'll never know. So that's as good as it gets for you. Continue.
all right, no, that's the end of the show.
Oh, good.
Yep. Before
gonna-
before we head off though, big shout out to our awesome Patreon backers. Patreon.com/HelpDeskArcade, and Owen's going to tell us about what you get for being a Patreon member.
I am going to tell you about this because I've been working on a secret project for this that I'm hoping to reveal in the next couple days, where I'm gonna promote this a little bit better. But for $1,
do not advertise it before it's done.
no,
this
not
One thing
even a
I've
little.
learned.
Is your secret project the Christmas cards?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's something way cooler than that. Way cooler than that.
Joe, 4th of July cards.
So for $1, you get to have your own RSS feed. You get access to the super secret Discord. You get access to the upcoming in between, which without Lando, I don't know how that's going to go. And you get to have access to the podcast for the game show early and you get the full episode all at once. So you get the game show a day before it drops. And if you donate $6 or more, we add a perk to that, which is we give you a shout out on the show. And it's really great because we love you, our supporters, but also because you can change your name on Patreon. You can get Jaron to say whatever you want. Or me, if Jaron happens to ditch out.
I heard you said some nasty stuff, dude.
I unfortunately I did. Thanks, DFMC. I think that's who it is. I know I'm probably messing that up because I don't remember things good, but it's close enough. He knows who he is. So that's what Jaron's going to do now. Read those names.
Oh crap! I accidentally started Doom. Hold on a second.
Why? What? I accidentally started.
We're
I accidentally
doomed.
started Doom. I'm sorry.
I accidentally kissed her. That was an accident. Like
didn't mean to.
didn't mean to.
We're doomed.
Okay, well, whatever. If you hear noises, I'm sorry. Anyway, big shout out and thank you to David Broshinsky, Interrupting Cow, Aaron Faulkner, Connor Keesaw, and it's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped the ceiling, which now has to be... It cuts off from there because it ran into the limit.
Yeah.
Still a good one
I
though.
believe the
Charlie and
next,
Chocolate Factory.
the next
Willy
couple words
Wonka
are,
Oh,
and
Willy-
the
oh, yeah.
Charlie and the
Oh yeah, Chocolate.
Chocolate Factory.
There you go.
What did I just say?
Struggled through that one, but
now it has
you
to be
get
professionally cleaned.
nothing.
You lose. Good,
Good
day,
day,
sir.
Lose.
Fourth Dimension Craft on Instagram for all your laser engraving needs. Ivan reptiled its function. Thank you. Jason Eatman. Hugh J. Ol. I censored that one.
Oh, lame.
I did too, if you remember.
Burdinated Peasant. Be the 8-year-old. I'm just here for Owen's stories. I'm here for content, not a nice tight pod. 10 tiny techies tweak tangled transistor towers tirelessly. Tony Trips tossing 10 terabytes of tacos at the terminal. Kyle, even with GTA 6 being pushed out till next year, I still think we will get that before our Christmas cards.
Womp womp.
Don't test me.
Geriga arimasu. Tony the Excel and Power Apps nerd. Pyman Graphics, purveyor of fine geeky stickers. Curse Gengar 94. Keslo. Eric Steinman. Eric Cruz. The in-between rating, 495. Wow. What did I miss?
Oh.
More Twyman, less ESPN. Is that Shade at Lando?
I think it is.
I like it.
Because of a sports reference. That was a good burn.
DP making slap documentaries for Twyman.
That's not a bad idea.
Wesley sustained on the tears of Switch scalpers.
Yeah.
That's great. Stuart Lloyd, Oliver Closeoff. I also changed that one. And finally, yes, Owen, we do care. And Lou Skunk. That's right, Lou Skunk.
Skunk? Okay. I didn't catch that. What was that one?
Lou Skunk.
I think you replaced some of the word letters with other letters.
I did. Hey, I'm not going to say crap, guys. I don't care what you say.
But that's the whole shtick.
That's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Screw you, Owen.
all
Not our
right.
listeners. I love our listeners.
Just Owen.
Yeah. Just me. That's okay.
No,
Just
I take that
Owen.
back. I'm sorry. Will you forgive me?
It's pretty mean.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for making it to the end, dear listener. Thanks for downloading us. And we hope that you download us again, whether it's Arcade or next week again on Help Desk. Until then, though, Owen, take us out.
Be an end user.